Time for ChartBusters. Nooresh, Merani and Kunal Bothra here for just that. And Nooresh, let's get in your top chart of the day.
So that's the chart for Biocon. The stock corrected from 450, 480 all the way down to 200 levels. Made a recovery towards 250, consolidated around 250 for almost a couple of months. Gave a big breakout about 250 with volumes. Then went up to 270 3-4 times over the last 3 months. And 250 has now become a base. Over the last few sessions, it has been testing that 275 280 breakout. Good volumes also picking up in the last couple of sessions. Expecting this to break out about 230. That would give a target price of 320 to 350 in the short term. Stop loss to be kept at 265.
So that's the take coming in. Biocon, of course, the stock on your radar. But one space that we can't stop talking about is the PSU banking space. It's seen a massive run up. Of course, if you look at month to date, that index is up a solid 14%. The likes of IOB, Central Bank, they have rallied a massive 40 to 50%. And this is so far this month. So in the last 15 to 20 days itself, these stocks have seen a rally of around 40%. But the big question is, where do we go from here on? And what does this rally tell you? We'll get on board Kunal to tell us that.
Thank you, Anisha, for that. So, very interesting topic on PSU banks. And the question over here is that are the PSU banks overbought, or is the PSU banking index extremely overbought? And we look at the historical, reference points for PSU banking stocks in terms of where the divergence is for the index as compared to the previous tops, as well as the momentum, as well as the breakout or the price positioning. Now, this is the divergence from the key moving averages, the 50-day moving average, which has actually been a good pivot point for PSU banking index. Now, these were the three recent or the three previous major tops for the PSU banking index. And so, for example, in May 2014, the divergence for the index when it formed a major top was almost 52%. In Feb 2021, it was almost 53%, and December 2022, which is a very recent top for the PSU banking index, the divergence was 47%. Look at where we are on Friday's closing so far. The divergence is just 23%.
Kunal, apologies for that. Coming back to the markets, and we are doing this chat with Kunal about the PSU banking space and what happens to the rally from here on, Kunal?
So thank you, Nisha, for that. So, we were discussing that how the PSU banking index and whether the historical reference points indicates that are we in a zone of extremely overbought territory or not. Now, the historical 3 reference points which are taken is May 2014, when the PSU banking index in terms of the divergence was 52% higher than the 50-day moving average at that point of time. Feb 2021, post-COVID rally, the index was almost at a 53% divergence, and then we saw a very sharp correction to the PSU banking index. This was the very recent one, December 2022, where the divergence was approximately 47%. So on an average, the divergence lasts for around 50% from the key 50-day moving average. But this time around, so far on Friday's closing, we are still at only 23% in terms of the divergence from the 50-day moving average, which means it's not overbought on the divergence front. Even on the RSI levels, looking at the historical RSI levels for PSU banking index, in fact, the 71 RSIs for the current juncture for the PSU banking index, 86, 88, 83 has been the historical RSI points for the PSU banking index, and the current RSI level is around 71 for the PSU banking index. And most importantly, this is the 10-12 year chart for the PSU banking index, and we've confirmed a breakout for the first time. As you can see over here, that the PSU banking index has given a breakout for the first time, breaking out of major tops historically. So this indicates that this is nowhere close to the overbought, and we've started off which could be what could possibly a major multi-year uptrend for the PSU banking index.
Okay, so multi-year uptrend is what we are going to witness perhaps in the PSU banking index, and for now at least none of the indicators, whether RSI or the 50 DMA etc., is showing any signs of overbought nature.